Contrarians, welcome back to the Encrypted Capital Recap for Monday, July 19th. First off, we're going to get into Bitcoin real quick here. There was some big news that came out on Sunday. Grayscale, one of the biggest digital asset funds, was releasing their Bitcoin. They're unlocking 16,000 Bitcoins back onto the market. Basically, how that works is investors will give them Bitcoin. They don't actually buy it in exchange for GBTC shares. After about 6 months or so, they can then go ahead and sell those GBTC shares. So what's happening right now is a lot of people in the market are thinking that that is going to be negative. It's going to be bearish for Bitcoin as a whole, as investors look to either sell at slight profit or take a loss on their GBTC shares. So we tend to think that that is actually going to be positive for Bitcoin, as right now the overall sentiment in the market is very, very negative. Just a quick Google search on Bitcoin news, we can see a lot of negative sentiment going on here. Malaysian police destroying Bitcoin mining rigs. We got CNBC coming out saying it's very dangerous to invest in stocks in Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin trades lower Monday morning as two stablecoin experts warn of financial system risk, etc., etc. So overall sentiment is very negative. We also, on the fear and greed index, are still also very negative. But if we come back to the chart here, we can see this was when Elon Musk came out and said that Tesla was buying, MicroStrategy was buying, all these billionaires were coming out here during the Wyckoff distribution pattern. Now the price has dropped back to support, essentially where they were accumulating. And right now what we're seeing is that we're still in this accumulation range. And I do anticipate, as mentioned in previous videos, 29K holding and then us working our way out of here. If we go back over to the charts here, we can see that Dash is up about 16% for the day, but it did actually make a very significant move on the daily here, up about 75% or so. And now it has retraced significantly, still up about 15%. Most alts are bleeding right now, but I do anticipate alts moving up out of this zone here. Ethereum tends to lead the way, and right now we are basically at support here. So I do not think we're going to break 1750. I do think we're going to continue on. There is a lot of big news coming out here over the course of the next week that I want to discuss. The big one being Elon Musk and Jack Dorsey. They have agreed to discuss Bitcoin at an event on July 21st. The event is called the B Word, and if you're new to this channel, we do not trust this gentleman right here, and we haven't since we started this channel back in December of last year. The only way the billionaires can make money is taking advantage of us, the retail traders. So we do not follow what this guy says. We do not follow what Jack Dorsey says. We find our own suppressed assets. And if you go back and look at the Twitter feed here of their little conversation, it seemed very staged, very rigged, very stupid, if I'm being honest here. It says that the tech billionaires Elon Musk and Jack Dorsey have agreed to discuss Bitcoin with each other, and in a bizarre Twitter thread, Musk responded to a tweet from Dorsey, basically came back and said, "Buy curious," after Dorsey had posted the B Word conference. We also know that Cathie Wood of ARK Invest is going to be there as well. And now they're all going to sit around the round table here and pat each other on the back and talk about how awesome Bitcoin is. Absolutely stupid. Bit curious? Very well then, let's do it, Musk said. So now we have this event taking place on July 21st, so in 2 days. I would have to anticipate that coming out of this, most likely what's going to happen is Jack Dorsey magically changes Elon Musk's mind, because Elon Musk did not have the foresight to go ahead and do any investigating into his $1.5 billion investment and how terrible Bitcoin was for the environment. Apparently, he just figured that out after the fact. No one on his team brought that to his attention. He just literally started ripping on Bitcoin immediately after they decided to go ahead and pump this thing up here. So let's remember, all these guys were coming in here, all the guys that we don't like. Elon Musk, Mark Cuban, Michael Saylor, Cathie Wood, all these people talking about how awesome and epic it was to buy Bitcoin when they were literally just unloading their positions on the retail traders. And this was shortly after Elon Musk's SNL debut. And now, significant retrace. We're talking if you got in on the hype train, you're underwater 53% on your money. Most retail traders cannot handle those kinds of losses. We see that happen all the time. I get text messages all the time from our clients that decide to just go ahead and rush in and add to their bags here. FOMO in to the top. And now they're wondering about their positions and where they should be. And now it's been dragged out for how long now? 60 days, 63 days. Most people cannot handle that type of pain and torment, which is why you need to have strong hands and not be invested in Bitcoin if you're looking for crazy epic gains. Go back and watch my videos on the ISO coins. We just released those last week. They've gotten massive amounts of views already, a couple thousand on each, which is awesome. So thank you guys. If you guys want to be dialed in and not follow what the billionaires are doing and actually dive into what research we're putting out here, we are very active on our Encrypted Capital newsletter. You guys can sign up. We have a free version and a paid version. The free version, you get all the daily briefs along with overall market sentiment. We also have trade updates for current assets that we are in, along with exit strategies. We do deep dives into people that are behind these projects. You don't want to miss out on that stuff. It can definitely help you make crazy exponential gains. It could be worth it for you if you so choose to do so. Also coming up, we have the SEC and Ripple reschedule with Hinman. That deposition is going to take place on July 27th. It did get rescheduled. If you guys don't know about William Hinman, he is the former head of the SEC's Division of Corporate Finance. And what he came out and said back in the day was that Bitcoin and Ethereum were not considered securities. And now Ripple gets to go ahead and question him in front of the SEC in court. This should be very, very positive for Ripple and XRP. Very positive. Court grants Ripple bid to force ex-SEC director to testify in XRP case. This is absolutely massive. It is a huge tactical win for XRP and Ripple, and it was originally scheduled for July 19th. Now going to get set back a little bit. It's going to be taking place now on July 27th. Also coming up, we have Elizabeth Warren. Remember when she gave the SEC the July 28th deadline to figure out crypto regulation? That's huge. You think all this stuff coming out in the same week is not going to be massive for the crypto markets as a whole? You got the billionaire dog and pony show with Elon Musk and Jack Dorsey coming up same week, July 21st. Then you have July 27th, the Hinman deposition. Then you have July 28th, where the SEC has to get back to Elizabeth Warren on all these questions that she asked. But don't you think it's interesting that all it takes is just a tiny little bit of research here to go ahead and see that all of these big banks have been building on this technology for a very, very long time. There are no questions really that need to be answered. They are fully aware of what's going on in the background. Because if someone like me is aware of what's going on in the background, you can bet your ass that they are certainly aware of what's going on. It says the senator who chairs the Senate Banking Committee Subcommittee on Economic Policy said in a letter to SEC Chair Gensler that she needs answers by the 28th. And despite the rising popularity of crypto, a lack of common sense regulations has left ordinary investors at the mercy of manipulators and fraudsters like YouTube, who are the biggest manipulators of all, trying to get people to go ahead and fall for these crypto scams that they let them run on their ads. Absolutely despicable. Do not fall for those scam ads. If you see any ads on our videos that tell you to send money because Elon Musk is running some competition, it's a scam. Don't do it. Also, the SEC must use its full authority to address these risks. Warren has been long critical of Bitcoin, describing the crypto as speculative in nature and going to end badly. And let's not forget, European Central Bank President Christine Lagarde also is not a fan of Bitcoin, saying it was participating in funny business and was also being used for fraud and money laundering, as if fiat wasn't already being used for that. She also voiced her concerns about the lack of regulatory clarity involving crypto. Well, here, I got your problem solved right here. If we didn't know already, R3, 9 banks, built Corda, It's going to be the financial blockchain that basically facilitates business-to-business transactions. We talked about this in like the last 6 videos. Go back and watch them. On R3, they will be using XRP, as we've talked about time and time again. The quarter settler depends on XRP. And look at all of the banks that are behind it. And let's not forget, XRP and Ripple are working with Bank of America. Bank of America did mention Ripple in their patents. So all these big boys using XRP, XDC, Algo, and most likely XLM, XDC in particular. Very important. 2-second transaction time. And already has KYC and AML implemented, which means know your customer, anti-money laundering. It has been funded by all these big banks. Very, very obvious. And let's not forget, Amazon Web Solutions. Amazon Web Solutions, partner profile, Ripple, RippleNet. They go through Ripple on their website. Amazon Web Services. Let's not forget the RippleNet members. Santander, Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce. What else do we got here? Some ones that I can actually pronounce. BTEC. SBI Remit. SBI is the largest bank in Japan. Airwallex, Australia. Currencies Direct, UK. Internet of Value is coming. Payments that are instant will be happening on the Corda blockchain. This is going to be the standard. The ISO coins are the standard for this new financial system that is being implemented right in front of your eyes. In last video, we talked about Swift writing the ISO coins, or writing the ISO protocol, I should say, back in the year 2000, 21 years ago. This has been in the process for. Look, more Ripple partners, American Express, MoneyGram, PNC. We already talked Santander, we already talked SBI. All these guys are tied together. Bank of America has been testing Ripple since 2016. American Express, Santander, 2017. Between the US and the UK. The crypto bubble was still in the early stages back then. SBI Holdings actually owns a share in Ripple, the company themselves. Ripple funded MoneyGram. I believe it was a $50 million investment back in the day. You can literally see all of this playing out right in front of your eyes. So when you see these tools over here, Elon Musk and Jack Dorsey talking about Bitcoin, what they really should be talking about is how all of these 9 major banks have built the technology, R3, Corda blockchain, and are using Ripple, XRP, XDC, XLM, and Algo. That's where the money needs to be flowing right now. Not in Bitcoin, which is supremely overvalued, in my opinion. Literally only has value because people say it does. There is no actual use case here. What are you going to tell me? It's what? A fast technology? It's not. How long does it take for transactions to clear? 10 minutes, an hour, sometimes multiple hours? Not going to happen. How long does it take XRP to clear and settle? Instantly. XLM, instantly. Algo, basically instantly. I believe it was like 45 seconds. XLM, how long does that take to settle? Instantly. This is not the technology you guys need to be looking at to make crazy massive gains. You need to be in Bitcoin back when it was $10 if you want those crazy massive gains. You're not going to see them in Bitcoin anymore. It's a fact. Gains are exhausted. XRP, on the other hand, when they flip the switch, when all these 9 banks come together and they pack their bags and they're ready to go and they've accumulated the most market share they could possibly accumulate. And how do they do that? Do we remember how they accumulated all this massive market share? Let's go back and see. In December, massive hype train running up to December 12th when you're going to get free flare. Crashed the market with Jay Clayton. Did we forget? And now, the Max Sphere event. Had you bought the Max Sphere, having the contrarian mindset, epic gains of 952% just by buying the bottom. And now, where are we at? Back at support, 57 cents. Because guess what? Another massive sell-off after that. How patient are you to let your positions play out? Are you willing to let them mature to make epic gains? Can you sit through a 72% correction? Because I guarantee if you can sit through those corrections and you can accumulate for years on end, like we've been doing, years on end, holding through the FUD, knowing what we're invested in, having no fear, no uncertainty, no doubt. When you see that Ripple is working with everybody, you think this currency is just going to go away? Absolutely not. Massive gains ahead. $6 next target easy. $10, $100, no problem. If you're going to be settling business to business transactions on the blockchain and you're talking about running trillions of dollars through the blockchain every week, every month, what do you think that's going to do to the price of XRP? It's going to skyrocket 4 figures, 5 figures maybe, who knows? It happened with Ethereum as far as the price gains go, trading at dollars, pennies on the dollar, and then it went up to $1,200 that first run up before the next bear market. And now what are we sitting at Ethereum? $1,800, and you could have bought it for how much? $2, $1, 50 cents even. Those gains are possible, and in my opinion, XRP is going to have just as much value as Ethereum does. Ethereum has value because 80% of the projects are built on Ethereum. XRP is going to have value because it is going to be the liquidity token for the new financial system. Do your research. Sign up for the newsletter. With that being said, we will catch you all in the next video.